I'd like to start off this post by congratulating Ashli Babbitt on 4 years and almost 9 months of sobriety. Good work. Reading an article from The Hill, the Air Force is going to provide funeral honors to Ashli Babbitt, who was shot and killed on January 6th, 2021, while she was trying to break into the area right outside the main floor of Congress, the House of Representatives, during the January 6th insurrection. Reading from the article, the U.S. Air Force will provide January 6th rioter Ashli Babbitt with military funeral honors, reversing a Biden-era decision that denied her family's request. Excuse me. Judicial Watch, the conservative legal group, which is run by Tom something, who's not a lawyer, even though he runs a group. He's the guy who wears polo shirts that are way too small and make his arms look big. I can't remember what his name is. Judicial Watch, the conservative legal group, on Wednesday made public a letter from Undersecretary of the Air Force Matthew Lormeyer, extending an offer to allow the special funeral procedures to take place for the insurrectionist. The letter said, "I understand the family's initial request was denied by Air Force leadership in a letter dated February 9th, 2021. However, after reviewing the circumstances of Ashli's death and considering the information that has come forward since then, I am persuaded the previous determination was incorrect." He then went on to not provide any details whatsoever about the information that has come forward since then. He additionally extended an invitation to her mother and her husband to meet him at the Pentagon. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraphs down. 6 paragraphs down into this article. Babbitt, an Air Force veteran, was shot and killed by law enforcement during the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot as she attempted to climb through a barricaded door to the Speaker's lobby near the House chamber. After being told by a guard who was pointing a gun at her, "Stop, don't come in here, don't come through that window, you're going to get shot if you come through that window." A month after the riot, an Air Force representative under former President Biden's administration informed her family that military funeral honors were denied for her funeral, quote, "due to the circumstances preceding her death." I believe those circumstances would be treason and insurrection, and being stupid enough to believe Donald Trump's 2020 election lies. As a result, I have determined that military funeral honors would bring discredit upon the Air Force. Brian Kelly, an Air Force Lieutenant General, wrote in that letter. An eligible Veterans Honor Guard details consists of at least 2 members of the armed forces, one of whom is a representative of the Veterans Service Branch, yada, yada, yada. Ashli Babbitt's family is grateful to President Trump and Secretary Pete Hegseth for reversing the Biden Defense Department's cruel decision to deny this traitorous insurrectionist, I'm sorry, I misread that, cruel decision to deny Ashli funeral honors as a distinguished veteran of the Air Force. Here's his name. Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton, who is not a lawyer, said in a statement. If you voted for Donald Trump in 2024, I feel like we should be able to permanently mark you in some way, shape, or form on your forehead so that the rest of us can identify you as such for the rest of your life and treat you accordingly.